Hi everyone and welcome to my February favorites video. Feels pretty weird because it was just like 2 weeks since I made and uploaded my January favorites video. I was a little late that time, but now I'm good to go. But I haven't really gotten a lot of new favorites since the last video, so I'm gonna have a hard time trying to figure something out. We're gonna start with movies. Since it was Oscar week just last week, and since I usually try to watch all of the Oscar nominated movies, I've been watching a lot of movies, but I didn't do as well as I would have hoped. The past few years I've been watching almost all of the nominated movies, not really the short films, and I'm pretty bad at watching the documentaries, at least most of them. I think Birdman really deserved the win for best movie, but I was really hoping that Selma would win because it would have been pretty cool since Oprah is one of the producers and there's a female director, Ava DuVernay, I think. I'm bad at pronouncing names, but you should really check her out and you should check out the movie because it's one of my favorites this month. And the thing is that I don't usually like that type of movies. I didn't really like the Lincoln movie. I mean, I really didn't like the Lincoln movie. Films about old political heroes or like stuff like that, they are usually pretty boring and slow and a lot of talking. Pretty much all of the scenes are based on communication and conversation, but Selma wasn't like that. I mean, I think Martin Luther King was a really inspiring and interesting person, and I think all of the actors did a great job, and I think especially the directing is really great. I'm pretty sad and I'm pretty pissed that Ava didn't get a nomination for Best Directing because she definitely deserved it. Another film I really liked is another Oscar nominated movie. It's The Imitation Game. I had my thoughts about that film. Just like I thought about Selma, I thought it was gonna be really slow and all based on numbers and logic and counting stuff, but it wasn't. It's really nice, it's very exciting, and especially the music is amazing. I'm still tired from being away from the Oscars, but I'm pretty sure that Alexander Desplat had 2 nominations, both for the Grand Budapest Hotel, which won the best soundtrack, and for The Imitation Game. And I really think it should have won for The Imitation Game instead, because the music was just amazing. I didn't actually pick any of those soundtracks for winning because I always hear how people are amazed by the soundtrack to Interstellar, which is really awesome. I thought that one was gonna win because it's really cool and it really reminds me of the music to Koyanis Kwatsi, which makes the movie even more like, yeah, about society and about life and choices and stuff like that. But I think The Imitation Game was great, the acting was amazing, well-deserved nominations for all of the people included, and a really well-deserved win for Best Script. I think that was one of the best speeches, together with Patricia Arquette that made an amazing speech, also really well-deserved win. Third film that I really like this month is a Swedish film. Some of you may be Swedish, some of you may not be, but it's based on a book and I think it's translated to other languages, so maybe you can get it as a book. The movie is called The Circle. It's based on a book about these girls that find out that they're witches after people start to kill themselves at their school, and they are kind of summoned together to find the person who's doing this. And it's really interesting because it's not only based on like the magic and witchcraft and stuff, but it's based on these different types of girls going through youth and how you can go through that, what type of person you might be, if you might be the misunderstood person who gets bullied a lot, or if you're the goth girl that just want to rebel against anything, or if you're the girl that just want to have fun and want to figure out things later in life. So The books are called the Engelsfors trilogy, and it's 3 books. It's The Circle, Fire, and maybe I should have looked this up before I made the video, but it's translated to German. Hopefully it's in English too. The books are made by Sara Bergman Elfgren and Mats Strandberg, and it's called the Engelsfors trilogy. And I haven't read it, but I'm really bad at reading books, but after seeing the film, it's 2.5 hours long, but it didn't feel too long at all. But I'm pretty excited to read the book, so I think I'm gonna go and buy all of them today because I got my paycheck today. What? So those are my favorite films. This month I actually have a favorite show. I've been watching Orange is the New Black, and I've been wanting to watch it since it came out pretty much. I think it's a lot of fun, it's exciting, the characters are great. I think my favorite character is Nikki. I think she's honest, she's hard as rocks, she stands up for herself, but she has flaws just like anyone else. And I'm really excited to find out more about her flaws and about her backstory. I've only seen like almost all of season 1, so I'm excited that I have a lot of more of show to go through. So there's also a Swedish show that I've been watching. It's called Jordskott. It's also based on a book. Jordskott is actually a criminal drama series, which is the least of my favorite types of movies or series. It just doesn't excite me at all, and Sweden is pretty much known for making films and series like that. And famous for it, but I actually like this one. The funny thing is that the 2 main characters, Eva and Göran, are played by actors that I know, so it's really funny to see them, even though I kind of saw them in movies before I got to know them. But it's pretty cool that the 2 like professional actors that I know personally are in the same TV show, so it's really a lot of fun. The series is about the kriminalkommissarie, like detective police, who lost her daughter 7 years ago in her hometown. She actually returns to her hometown because her father passed away in a fire, and during this time another child, a boy, disappears in this old town that she lived in. So she goes back and she decides to kind of look into this new case to see if it's in some way related to how her daughter disappeared, because everyone was saying that her daughter drowned, but she is sure that she was kidnapped. Someone took her, she's just sure that she's alive. And really strange things start to happen in this old town. People are saying that the forest had something against her father who passed away, and that's somehow connected to how her daughter got lost. I'm really interested in old mythology, I'm really interested in old Swedish folk tales, and kind of starting to connect to something like that. So I'm really excited because I would say I'm both interested and I know a whole lot. There's even like a folk tale, small people called the Wittra, and kind of the center around my hometown where I was born is kind of a place where these were said to be drawn to and extra there. It's just like a metropole for Wittra. So those are my favorite shows this month. Other than that, I wouldn't say that I have any new favorites since last time. February is Oscars month to me most of the year. I think it's in February each year. So mostly I just watch movies. I haven't been doing much else except playing The Sims. The Sims 4 is now on Mac, which is amazing to me because it runs really well. I have a MacBook Pro, I think it's from 2012, I bought it in 2013, and it works very well. I haven't had any problems so far except some of the items and furniture in the game looking pretty messed up, but I had problems like that in the PC version as well, and it just came out, so you can expect bugs, especially with EA games, no offense. Now I've been playing it so much more because when I had it on my PC, this is my PC, it's a stationary computer, but now I can take the game with me everywhere I go. I can play the game on the train because I ride a lot of trains. I was a little disappointed in The Sims 4. I will continue to be because I can't believe that they deleted the open world thing. I can understand if they wanted to focus like more of the power in the game on other things like the emotions and the items and colors affecting your emotions, but I think it's a huge downer for me. I mean, it was the best thing ever when the open world appeared in The Sims 3, but I've kind of gotten used to the game more and more, and I'm really happy that I brought back the family tree because I'm a legacy player. I like to start with a family and then play it for years and make them have like the biggest family tree. But I'm kind of sad because it won't really work now either, because in The Sims 3 you could move them out and they could continue living their life, they could get married, they could have children and stuff like that. But now you kind of have to play, if I'm, like let's say I'm in the 4th generation and there's 10 different families, I have to check on each of them. It's like for me it's a full-time job. It's not as good as Sims 3, that's all. I mean, to me at least. But it's a great thing that it's for Mac. Anyway, I hope you liked this February favorites, and I'll see you next month. Take care everyone, and I'll see you soon. Bye!